Okay, good afternoon students. In previous video we were studied under the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plant regarding the main reproductive organ, or we are going to call it as a male reproductive structure, male reproductive structure or a male reproductive part of a flower named as a androecium. And we will study out regarding the androecium. Androecium means composed of a stamens, I told you, and we will study the different types of flowers based on the arrangement of these stamens or the attachment of these stamens with the other parts of the flower like sepals and petals, or they are attached themselves and they are going to form a bundles. In one bundle we used to arrange in a one bundle or two bundles or more than two bundles. There are different kinds of flowers and the definitions for them we will study, and we will discuss these all the things in online class also. Now in today's class what we are going to discuss in the sense the female reproductive part. I written here on the board what it is: gynoecium. Gynoecium, it is the female reproductive part of a flower. What I written? Gynoecium, it is the female reproductive part of a flower. Okay, this gynoecium is a female reproductive part of a flower, and then it is consists of what we are going to call that one as a what? The gynoecium, it is a female reproductive part of a flower, and this consists of, or the gynoecium, it is made up of, this is made up of carpels. This is made up of a carpels. In the sense they are one or more carpels. What I told you, one or more carpels. In the sense, what I am telling you here, written on the board, male means gynoecium, it is the male reproductive part of a flower and it is made up of carpels, C-A-R-P-E-L-S, carpels, that is one or more carpels. Now, what are the different parts of carpels? Different parts of carpels, I am going to draw one diagram. Is to see here, I am going to draw the diagram of carpels. Now see, carpels are consist of, what are the different, what we are going to call that one as a parts. Okay, so this is a structure of carpel. This carpel is consist of stigma, okay, and this is style, this is ovary, and within the ovary you are going to get ovules, and these ovules, okay, right, this is about what? Carpel. Now I am going to explain you in a simple way regarding the carpel. Carpels, okay, in the sense what? The gynoecium, it is a male reproductive part of a female. Gynoecium, it is made up of a one or more carpels, and the each carpel, in the sense carpels are made up of, or carpels are consist of the swollen or enlarged basal part called as a ovary. Above that ovary, you are going to get slender, elongated tube-like structure, and that tube-like structure is called as style. And at the end, you are going to get what? Stigma. You are going to get the stigma. And what is the function of this stigma? In the sense, the stigma, it is act as what? Receptive surface for pollen grains. receptive surface for pollen grains. In the sense, the pollen grains, in previous video we have discussed about the androecium, and then we have discussed about the anther, in the sense pistil. In anther, what we have studied in androecium, we have studied about the main reproductive part, that is the pistil. This consists of slender filament and anther. Anther is bilobed anta helidnana, and each lobe consists of two chambers, and those chambers are called as a pollen sacs. Okay, anta kartidnava pollen sacs anta kartidu, and there I told you the pollen grains are going to develop. And those pollen grains, when they are going to release from the anther, and after the releasing anther, for the pollination, they used to go, for the pollination ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ pollen grains ಬಂದು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಈ stigma ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು, then they used to go into the ovary, and there what is going to call it as a fertilization has to take place. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಾಗ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಬಟ್ here pollination ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ಏನ, what is the pollination? The pollen grains of one flower, they are going to go and deposit on a stigma of the other flower for the what we are going to call that as a reproduction. Understood? Now here, this stigma, it is the receptive surface for the pollen grains. It is going to receive the pollen grains. And there are the different kinds of pollinations and different agents which are helpful for the pollinations. Those things we are going to discuss next. Here you are going to remember only the thing is what the gynoecium. It is a female reproductive part of a flower, and it is made up of carpel. It is made up of a carpels, in the sense one or more carpels, and carpel consists of ovary, style, and stigma. Ovary is the enlarged or a swollen basal part. Style, it is a elongated slender part above the ovary. Then stigma at the end of the carpel, and it is the receptive surface for the pollen grain. And here in the ovary we are going to get the thing is a flattened cushion-like structure. Here flattened cushion-like structure. Flattened cushion-like structure called as placenta. This is very important. Called as placenta, and on this placenta these ovules are arranged. The ovules under ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾವು placenta ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತಾವು ovule arrangement ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. In the sense, this is regarding what carpel ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಏನ, carpel is made up of ovary, style, and stigma. Ovary is the basal and elongated part of the carpel. Above the ovary we are going to get the slender elongated structure called as a style, and at the end we are going to get the stigma. Stigma is a receptive surface for the pollen grain. What is that? Receptive surface for the pollen grain. And in ovary you are going to get flattened cushion-like structure called as placenta, and for the placenta the ovules are going to arrange. Understood? This is about what? Gynoecium. And in this, again we are going to study two kinds of what? Arrangement of these carpels. If these carpels are more than two, and they are, if they are free, that time we are going to call such type of carpels are called as a apocarpus. What we are going to call them as a apocarpus. Apocarpus and syncarpus. What is the definitions for these apocarpus and syncarpus? What I told you, the flowers consist of one or more than two carpels. If there are more than two carpels, and they are free, see here, two or more carpels, and they are free. Such type of arrangement or such type of flower is called as a multipurpose flower, and if the two or more carpels are united or fused, two or more carpels are united or fused, such type flower is called as a syncarpous flower. So this is about the two types regarding the apocarpus and syncarpous flower. Okay, so this is about the gynoecium. Gynoecium, male reproductive part of a flower. It is made up of a carpels, and in some flowers you are going to get one, in some others more than two or two carpels. The part of a carpels in the sense ovary, style, stigma. The stigma is receptive surface for the pollen grains. Then in ovary you are going to get flattened cushion-like structure called as a placenta. On a placenta, ovules are going to arrange. If there are two or more than two carpels and those are free, we are going to call that as a apocarpus. If the two or more than two carpels are united, that is called as a syncarpus. What we are going to call that as a flower. Okay. After this, we are going to study placentation. We are going to study the placentation, and this is going to ask you. This is a 5 marks question. Okay. Systematically, I have written on the board. I will explain one by one. First, placentation. What is meant by placentation in the sense? Here I told you the flattened cushion-like structure. We are going to call that as a placenta. On placenta, what are going to arrange? Ovules. That is the definition for placentation. What is the definition for placentation? Arrangement of ovules within the ovary. Arrangement of ovules within the ovary is called as placentation. Arrangement of ovules within the ovary is called as placentation. And for this you are going to get 1 mark. Define or what is placentation, and explain the different kinds of placentation in the sense we are going to study here. One is marginal placentation, second one is exile placentation, third one is parietal placentation, fourth one is precentral placentation, and fifth one is basal placentation. Basal placentation. And how these different kinds of placentations are distinguished? It is based upon where the ovules are arranged. Where the ovules are arranged, which part or location of these ovules within the ovary. Based upon that, there are the different kinds of placentations. First placentation is marginal placentation, and whatever I am drawing once again here, this is the diagram for what? Marginal placentation. This is the diagram for marginal placentation. And what is happen here? And such kind of diagram when you are going to peel, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಪಿ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬಟಾಣಿ ಕಾಸು ಸುಲಿತೀವಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನ್ ಕದಿನ ಪ್ಲಾಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಗ ಓವ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. See here, in marginal placentation, placenta forms a ridge. Placenta forms a ridge. This is the ridge. Okay, along the ventral suture of ovary, and the ovules are born on a ridges. These are the ovules are born on a ridges, and such type of ovulation means placentation is called as marginal placentation. Such type of placentation is called as a marginal placentation. Example P. Second type of placentation is exile placentation. Here see, in exile placentation, where you are going to get the ovules when the placenta is exiled and the ovules are attached to the exile. Placenta is at the exile means exile and the ovules are attached to the exile. And what we used to go for? So this type of exile placentation you are going to find in multilocular ovary. In the sense, the ovary is more than 2 locules. See here, 1, 2, 3, and multilocular. Here we are not going to get any locule, right? Multilocular ovary. In the sense, placenta is exiled, and ovules are attached to the what we are going to call that as a exile in a multilocular ovary. Such type of placentation is called as exile placentation. It is in China rose, tomato, lemon, etc. Next, third type of placentation we are going to study here, that is parietal, P-A-R-I-E-T-A-L, parietal placentation. Parietal placentation, here what is going to happen? These are the ovules here. Ovules developed or ovules develops on an inner wall of the ovary. This is the inner wall. See, ovules are developed on inner wall of the ovary or peripheral part inside. Okay. In such case, ovules are developed on an inner wall of the ovary. In such case of what we are going to call as a flower, the ovary is one chamber. Ovary is one chamber, but it becomes a two chamber due to the formation of false septum. Here, the false septum is going to form, and due to that false septum, the ovary is two chamber. And this is very important point regarding your CET or NEET. In parietal placentation, the ovary is whether multilocular or unilocular, and whatever I written here, this sentence is to use for the formation of question. What happened here? Ovules are developed on the inner wall of the ovary, and due to that, the ovary is one chamber. Here, the ovary is one chamber, but it became a two chamber due to the formation of false septum. Due to the formation of false septum, the ovary is two chamber, but before that, it is a one chamber. Understood? This is about what? Parietal placentation, and we are going to get mention. It is in mustard. Example, mustard. This is the parietal placentation diagram. Next, free central placentation in the sense here. In free central placentation, we are not going to get any septum. In the sense, ovules are born on central axis. Ovules are born on central axis, and the septa are absent. There is no septa. Here, the false septa is there in parietal placentation. Septa is absent in free central placentation. This is also very important point regarding your competitive exam. Understood? In which type of placentation you are not going to get the septa? The septa is absent in free central placentation, and the false septa is formed in a parietal placentation. Okay, so this is about the free central placentation, and last we are going to go for the basal placentation, and the diagram for the basal placentation. This is the diagram for the basal placentation. Here, placenta is developed at the base of the ovary. Placenta is developed at the base of the ovary, and single ovule is attached to it. Such type of placentation is called as basal placentation. Example, sunflower, marigold, etc. So, in such a way that you are going to write what the explanation regarding the placentation, and this is the 5 marks question. What is placentation? Explain the different kinds of placentation. Placentation is the arrangement of ovules within the ovary is called as placentation. There are the different types of placentations. One is marginal placentation, exile placentation, parietal placentation, free central placentation, and basal placentation. So whatever I written on the board, the few points, that much used to write regarding the explanation of placentations. Understood? So in today's class, we are studied regarding gynoecium. It is a female reproductive part of a flower. It is made up of carpels. Carpels, 1, 2 or more than 2 carpels are present in a different kinds of flowers, and the carpel is consists of ovary, style, stigma. I explained it. Then, if the carpels are 2 or more than 2 and they are free, apocarpus. Syncarpus in the sense the carpels 2 or more than 2 carpels, but they are united. That is a syncarpus. Then we are studied about the placentation, definition of placentation, and different kinds of placentations. Marginal placentation. This is the diagram for marginal placentation. Then exile placentation second. This is the diagram for the exile placentation. Then parietal placentation, free central placentation. Then last one is the basal placentation. Okay, this is about the today's class. Okay, gynoecium and placentation. Gynoecium and placentation. Okay, this much we are going to remember. Yesterday we were studying regarding the androecium. We have studied about the androecium. Androecium is the main reproductive part of a flower. And today we are studying regarding the gynoecium. Gynoecium, it is the female reproductive part of a flower, and we are studying here regarding the placentation. In the sense, arrangement of ovules within the ovary is called as placentation. And from this chapter, okay, 2 important questions are there. What are those in the sense for 5 marks? One is, what is placentation? Explain the different kinds of placentation. This is one important question. Another question is, what is estivation? Explain the different kinds of estivation. Different types of estivations. These two are the important questions for the 5 marks as a point of your final examination. Okay, I am going to stop here. Thank you.